Well, hello, and welcome to the Cluebird. I'm your host, R. Wayne Browne, and I'm also the author of the book, The Cluebird. Today, I'd like to discuss leadership and that it begins with you. What, you say? I thought leadership was about leading others. Good question. Well, hear me out. As a single dad at the dinner table with my kids, I would often ask them what leadership, it begins with you, means to them. I'd mostly get laughter. And then I would say to them, are you a leader yet? Do people at school or on your sports teams or whatever, do people gravitate to you? Are you the leader yet? More laughter. I would say, hey, a messy room, average grades, always late, on the phone, behind, confused. Who would follow that? And then I would say, would you follow you? More laughter. No, of course not. People often think of leadership as leading others, or it's about others. It's not exactly the complete answer. You might consider that leadership is about leading yourself, or self-leadership. There are people out there that don't lead themselves. They're whimsical. They have no goals, no clear intentions, no standards, disciplines. They do what they want to do all day long whenever they want to do it. Their lives don't work very well. Are you going to lead? Are you going to follow that? Probably not. So it's about becoming a leader of yourself first. Master yourself. When you think about leading yourself, think of putting your mind in charge of you, not your body. If your body's running you, it's whimsical. It's going to do whatever it wants. But if your mind is leading you, and you have standards, disciplines, and clear intentions, you're going to be tracking. You're going to be doing what you must do, should do, and have to do every day before you do anything else. And self-mastery is when you can do all those things in such a timely manner that you still in that day have time for leisure that you've earned. So you have a balanced life that's productive and enjoyable. Self-mastery. This kind of reminds me of my old Uncle Jerry. When I was growing up, he was probably 4, maybe 5 years older than me. And I looked up to him because at that age, when I was young, 5 years difference was a big deal. Anyway, he was just like me. And he joined the Army. It shocked me. I remember the day we drove him down there to drop him off at the bus. I don't think he had ties in his shoes, baggy pants with holes in the knees, needed a haircut. I mean, I'm looking at him thinking, wow, he looks a little rough, but so did everybody else. Anyway, they got on the bus, off they went. Weeks go by. I'm all excited because we're going to go down and pick up Uncle Jerry. Uncle Jerry got off that bus, haircut, standing tall, perfect uniform. I could see myself in his shoes, oozing with confidence. I thought, did they do a blood transfusion on him? What happened to my Uncle Jerry? It was unbelievable what had happened to him in that short amount of time. And while he was home on leave, I noticed that he always would take inordinate amounts of time to sit and talk with me. He said, I want to teach you what I learned. He said, I learned, first of all, to always be in charge of myself. He said, do you do that? He said, When I lived here, I didn't do that. He said, it's something I had to learn. He said, I suddenly had to think of myself not as grandma's son or a member of this household. I had to start thinking of myself as like a business. I was in the Army. I was in something bigger than me. I had to be more than me. So I started thinking about it. I've got to be in charge of me. So he learned how to lead himself first. He said, I started writing on scratch papers what I had to do tomorrow. And then I got to where I'd put them in a specific order so that I could get them done. And then I would go rest, or I'd go relax with my buds. So back when I was younger, back at home, he said, I lived the life backwards. He said, all we did was go out and have a good time with the buds. We never did what we were supposed to do, had to do, needed to do. He said, and that's why my life didn't work. He said, I had to do something to change my life. He said it wasn't very long before people started saying that he was squared away. Well, that's an Army term for someone who really has it going. I mean, predictable, high value asset, great guy. People emulate him. People will follow him. He's always got everything done. He's squared away. And he said it was all about self-mastery. He said it was just learning that little trick of doing everything every day with my mind in charge, getting all of the stuff I needed to do done, getting it done. And then I would go hang out with the guys. It was about pride and honor. He said, I had never felt pride in myself until I got in the Army. And he said, all of a sudden, I set the record on the obstacle course. I did all kinds of things that got amazing recognition. I started feeling proud of myself for the first time. He said, then it felt, and there was a little bit of an honor to it. He said, it made me feel like a man for the first time. He said, being predictable is a great quality, not only in the military, but everywhere. He said, look at you and look at your life. Are you predictable? And I go, no, not really. Okay, something to work on. So I started working on trying to be predictable, being the same guy every day, a guy all about excellence and self-leadership. So being part of something that's larger than you, I think also helps because you're around a lot of people and you see a lot of really high-quality people that you want to emulate. And so as you're going and getting better and better, people below you are starting to emulate you, and the beat goes on. He told me that he learned to lead himself, which was a way to earn the right to then lead others. He said others were finally assigned to me. I was suddenly a leader of a group of guys. He said, I knew it wasn't about controlling them. It was about controlling me. I told my buds to just follow me. Do what I do. Act like I do. Always be squared away at everything. And be proud and contribute to this group. He said, I felt like if I set the standard high enough, all of my troops were always out there trying to emulate me, and they're trying to get to the same level on the bar that I was. He said, so it created an amazing synergy of effort and energy, and we all became squared away. Uncle Jerry, one time he came home and we were talking, and he said, boy, I'm regretful that nobody in this family ever taught you or me anything that I learned in the Army. He said, if I had learned what I learned in the Army 5 years ago, it would have changed my life. He said, so that's why every time I come home, he said, I love you, kid. I want you to be the best. He said, so I'm telling you everything I'm learning because I think it will help you in a great way. It'll change your life. And you know, Uncle Jerry changed my life. I love him for it. Uncle Jerry taught me to learn to lead you from within. It's an internal thing. Then you can lead others. Lead yourself first, then others. Your mind's in charge. You've got standards, disciplines, and clear intentions. You have your daily list, weekly list, monthly list, yearly list of all the things you have to do, should do, need to do, must do. And you're like a possessed person getting it done. Striking a unique balance where, with your work done, you then, in your earned leisure time, enjoy yourself so that you contribute to the progress that you're making in your life with some level of enjoyment, and you have a balanced life. Control yourself, not others. I think a lot of times leaders get that backwards. But I think what I learned from Uncle Jerry is if I control me, I don't have to worry about the others. They'll be in fine shape. Your people will follow and emulate you. There's nothing more true than that. It's amazing when you think about it. But if you set a high standard, they'll set a high standard. You set a low standard, they'll match it. So you are the one that's in charge. You don't control them, you show them. You lead by example. People gravitate to excellence. Think about it. People go to sporting events all the time. How many air shows have I been to? Car races, ice skating events, you name it. And the place is packed. Why? Because people are hungry for extraordinary performance. They want to see excellence. Maybe they don't have it in them to do that, but they want to see it. They want to experience observing it. So people will gravitate to excellence. So be excellent in what you do, and people will gravitate to you. Leadership is just there. When I was in the military, and I'd look at or address a large group of people, or in business, and I was the same thing, deal with a large group of people, I was always looking for the natural leaders. In the military, you've got seniority and rank, and that's true. But not necessarily is the most senior, most highly ranked person the leader in that group. Sometimes it might be a young captain. It could be a major. That's the natural leader. People gravitate to him. Or in business, how many times did I look at several hundred people in business, and the leadership was sometimes the natural leaders were not necessarily the most senior, the most important people in the room, if you will. But they were the people that people in that organization would always go to. They wouldn't go to the senior guy. They'd go to their little natural leaders. So what I would always do is I would embrace the natural leaders that I identified, because if we got on the same page, we were going to have an outstanding organization. So how are you as a leader? Are you leading yourself first and then others? Or is it backwards? Or not even close? Don't know. But think about it. Work on making sure that you are, in fact, leading yourself first. Control you, not others. And you become an outstanding leader of people. Thank you for tuning in to the Clue Bird. If you liked what you heard, be sure to subscribe. Hot tip. Until our next visit, I would like for you to think about what your life would be like if you always did what you had to do first.